Okay, this is the second video in this series of the basics of Magic the Gathering, and I want to teach people how to play Magic the Gathering who do not know how to play. This is for those who want to learn the very, very basics. Like, somebody doesn't teach you what a creature is, somebody doesn't teach you what a land is, all that kind of stuff. We're going to the very basics of every little thing, and we're going to explain how everything works. And all the way up to the complicated rules. We're going to get there. We're going to get to those complicated rules. But right now, you have to learn the basics in order to learn the complicated stuff. So, the first episode, we talked about lands. The lands are what you use to cast spells. And that's what we talked about in that episode. The first color in the Magic the Gathering color wheel is plains. And we remember that by that symbol. That is a plain symbol. This is a very shiny cardboard. You can tell because it's got that shine to it. This is why players like it. Then the next color in the lineup is blue, which is island. Island is the next one. This is a Lord of the Rings land, and it's also shiny. You can see. So this is like the map of the Lord of the Rings. You can probably tell in there. And they did a collaboration, Universes Beyond. Okay. So that's the island. What's next? Do you remember? We talked about this. Think about the W, the blue, U. What's next? Black. Swamp. Swamp is next. This is also a shiny card. Do you see the art? The fancy art? People like Magic for the art. It's fun. There's lots of detail there. What is next in the sequence? We talked about W, U, B. What's next? If you guessed red, R for red, you'd be right. Again, this is shiny. I wanted to showcase a bunch of different art of what's available for Magic, so you can realize why people like this. This is an old retro style land that people like. And then the next one we have, do you know what I'm going for? Forest. Yes, green. And that spells W, U, B, R, G. WUBRG. You're going to hear that term a lot when you play Magic. Especially if you go to sealed events and that kind of thing. We're not even at sealed events yet. We're not talking about that. Okay, so we've talked about the lands. Now, the next thing I said we would talk about is creatures. So for creatures, Magic has lots of different types of creatures, and there's lots of different types of combinations of creatures, because Mark Rosewater is a crazy, funny guy who likes to create crazy, funny creatures. I can't think of an example right now as to what would be available for those creatures, but for the next card we're going to go over is a creature. I'm going to flip this over. So, this is the next card. There are several different things I want you to pay attention to. This area right here, that is the name of the creature. This area right here is the casting cost of the creature. This is the creature subtype. And this is the creature super type. And these are its abilities. You'll have any abilities or any words that go on there. Obviously, Websling, it says what it does. You can read the card and it will explain what it does. Some cards don't explain what they do. But I don't want you to worry about this part of the card or the fact that it's legendary or these letters. I don't care about any of that. What I do care about is this, the name. This is Spider-Man Webslinger. That is the name you'll look up to be able to research the name in TCG Player eBay, wherever you buy cards, or at your local game store, which is preferred. This is the casting cost of the card. I just went over that. You see how the color is what we talked about, that white color with that symbol. That's what you're going to look for. You're going to look for those symbols. Now, it matches with this. This is the symbol for planes. And it's the white one. You can call it white, you can call it planes, whatever. You use it to cast this creature. You see that 2 number there? You can use any color combination to cast that 2. You could use any one of these. Tapping one of those for anything is what's called generic mana. That's generic mana. And generic mana is any color. It can be white, it can be green, it can be anything. But you have to have 2 tapped. So you tap 2 of them, plus a white one. A white one has to be in this cost. At least one of them has to be in the cost. And then you can tap 2 more. See, I tapped 2. Ignore that for now. So I tap 2, 1, 2 lands, 3 lands. So I have 1, 2, 3. Wahaha. Lands. There's 3 lands, right? 1, 2, 3. We need 3, right? Yes. We need 3. So we have 3 lands that we tapped. Now we can play that card to the battlefield. The battlefield could be this whole playmat. You see this whole area here? You can play it to any part of the table. There's nothing that says you have to play it right here. You can play it here. You can play it here. You can play it like this. I don't recommend it. You can play it like this. That is an option. Most people put their lands here. Their lands go there. And their card goes here. You see that? Okay. Now, I'm keeping this simple because I want you to understand these concepts. The next concept we're talking about is that creature type. Don't worry about it being legendary. We'll get there. Focus on the creature. Just the creature name. That's what this is. This is a creature. And the reason we know it's a creature is because it has this symbol down here. Well, what's that symbol? That symbol is attack and defense. In older Magic cards, there used to be a symbol that showed that there was like a sword on the left-hand side and a shield on the other side, so you knew what side was attack and what side was defense. Now, you use that attack and defense to attack your opponent's creatures, to attack your opponent's life points. That's how you use those numbers. I'm keeping it very basic right now, and I don't want you to think about those numbers as much as I want you to think about what this is. This is a creature that you can play. It is what's considered a spell in your hand. All things in your hands are considered spells that you can cast. You can cast this card. When you cast this card, it goes to the battlefield. It's in the battlefield. Usually there's going to be like a deck and everything, and we'll go over all that. Right now, I just want you to grasp and understand the tools of the game. This is a creature. This is a white creature. We talked about how the colors affect the white creature and how much mana you need to play this creature. You need 3 mana to be able to play this creature. Now, let's talk about the different colors and different color types of the creatures. You can have multiple color types of creatures. This one is a black creature. It's still a creature. See, it's got the creature type there. Then we've got a red creature. It's also got the creature type there. It's got the legendary, but ignore that. It's got the creature type. It has the mana cost. Again, that's 2 generic and 1 red. So instead of white, you could also do that. And you can pay like that. That has the red, white, and blue, which is what you need to play this creature, because it's a 3 mana creature. Okay, now the next thing is that there's a green creature. See how it has a creature type? Attack and defense. That's always where the attack and defense is going to, well, not always where the attack and defense is going to be, but for generally most creatures are like, there's very few exceptions as to what creatures have that attack and defense. Then there's blue creature types. Again, 3 mana. I didn't do that intentionally. Creature type, name, attack and defense. That's all this video is about. Okay, do you get that? We got that concept, right? Now let's go over the different colors of different creature types. Creatures can be more than one color. We're not going to go over why that matters. We're just going to go over the different colors. This is a 3-color creature, and that'll be a gold creature. Usually 3-colored creatures are going to be, more than one color creature is going to be a gold type creature. That's what they created it. This is a creature. It's got the attack and defense. It may not be legendary, but it will be gold. This is, again, another creature that has more than one color. That's got 2 colors. You see how the color is split on the card? White and black, because it's 2 colors. You'll be able to easily tell. It's got the creature type. And then it has the attack and defense. Attack and defense. We'll get into what attack and defense is later in a different video. This is already almost a 12-minute video, and I have barely explained everything. This one costs 4 to cast, but it costs a black and a white. So you would go black, white. You need to make sure you have black and white. Minimum. Black, black, white. And then 2 more. 1, 2. Now that you have the 4 mana, you can play this to the battlefield like that. It's on the battlefield. Got it? Okay. Now let's go to the next one. You can have other 2-colored creatures. Name, casting cost, creature, attack and defense. 2/1. It's got more attack than its defense, and that happens sometimes. There are reasons to have that kind of thing. Now this one is like the other one where we had the green one. There's no generic mana. Did you see that? Did you notice that? I didn't go over it because I wanted to showcase that. No generic mana. No generic mana. But you have to pay that color. So that color has to be in the cost. So you have to play the red and the black. So you pay the red and the black, and then you can put this creature onto the battlefield. Okay? We got that concept? Alright, moving on to the next creature. This one is green and white, and it costs 5. It has the creature type, and then it has its attack and defense. It's a 4/4. So, it's got 4 attack, 4 defense. That's how it attacks. It can attack other creatures with 4 attack. It costs 5 mana, and you have to pay at least 1 green, a forest, 1 white, a plains, to play this creature plus 3 more, so that's a total of 5 mana. Each of those little colors is called a pip. You would call that a pip. And the pip is counted as 1. So that's 2. So you have 2 plus 3 is 5. So that's 5 total mana. Yes, this is a math game, but it's a lot of fun. This is another color combination. You have the name, Elrond, Master of Healing. That's another Lord of the Rings thing. The casting cost, and the attack and defense. All right. Do you get the concept? Are you starting to see it now? The name, Eowyn Fearless Knight. The casting cost. This is 2 colors. It's got the split border thing. 3/4. So it's got 3 attack, 4 defense. And it's a creature type. This is also a creature. It's just fancy. You can get a lot of different fancy things. You have the casting cost, which is, what is it? Can you tell me before I tell you? It's going to be 3, because you see 3 pips there. 1 for generic, 1 for black, and 1 for green. You have to pay the black and green minimum to be able to play this card. Then that's the name, creature, and the attack and defense. You see that? It's a 2/3. What's its attack? It's 2. The defense is what? Is going to be 3. All right. So that's like the basics of creatures. You got all these different types of creatures, and you have your different types of basic lands. Yes, it can get this messy. This is just an art card. I just wanted to show it to you. They started doing this because people like the art, and so people collect these. Some of them have value, some of them don't. It's just what they are. Okay, we went over a lot of things there. And I want to make sure that you're not overwhelmed and you're not learning it too slowly or too quickly, or that it's too overwhelming for you. But I want to break it down for every person to be able to enjoy Magic the Gathering. And I feel like nobody hasn't gone this thorough with explaining the rules to people. Okay, so we went over the basic lands. What are the basic lands? If you guessed white, blue, black, red, and green, you'd be correct. If you said that the order of the Magic the Gathering color wheel is what WUBRG, you would also be correct. Now, what do you do in order to play a creature? You tap the mana. You tap the mana sideways to indicate that you have used the mana to play the creature. What colors do you have to use in order to play the creature? Well, that's indicated right here. You look at the top and you find this color, and you only have to pay 1 green to play this creature. So you just tap one green and put the creature to the battlefield. That's all you have to do. That's how you play a creature. Got it? Okay. Now, we understand those concepts. We understand how that works. We understand that a creature is a creature type that you play to the battlefield. We understand that a creature has a name, a mana cost that has colors and no colors, as well as an attack and defense. That attack and defense is what you use to attack and play things. Now, what do you do with those creatures? We'll get into that later, but I want to go over another card type. There are lots of card types, and we have a lot to go over, and I want to explain card types so that you understand what they are and how to play them. Okay, so in the next video, I'm going to go over creatures. What is the next thing? We're going to go over artifacts, because there are artifact creatures. And artifacts are an important part of Magic the Gathering. So in the next video, we will talk about that and how to use them. This video, again, we went over lands and creature types and creatures. the next video will go over artifacts. I hope to see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's a little bit longer, but I believe there's going to be people that need this kind of explanation and who are going to enjoy it and who want to have this simple of an explanation of Magic the Gathering. I will see you in the next video to where we explain what artifacts are. Bye.